I can't. Oh, this looks kind of a good video. I'm watching this.
You know what car this is.
Everybody remembers the Hummer, even though it's been gone for 10 years now.
Its tough look and military background made it instantly cool, and everyone from Mike Tyson to
Hello
Britney
everyone, this is
Spears
your
was
daily
driving
dose of
one.
internet. Here we can
Hummers
see
were
that it's
seen
now only 8 days until the pumpers rise. Soon my brothers.
seemingly everywhere in the early 2000s.
But in 2010, all manufacturing and sales came to a halt. So
what does she
happened?
want us to do? Not eat meat raw? This is hysterical.
Hummer's
I'm sorry,
story
but
begins with the
majority of
U.S.
vegans look
military.
weak and are
The
chomping on
military
beans
used the Jeep.
24/7 out of the day, and they barely meet their nutrition needs. I'll eat meat and drive my Tesla. Ty.
As its go-to vehicle during the World Wars and through the Vietnam War. But around the 80s, it started looking for something more heavy-duty.
Fuel prices.
The Jeep didn't have a lot of power. Jeep couldn't pull a lot of stuff. It couldn't carry a lot of people. It had no armor.
So the Pentagon
Armor?
gave AM General a $1 billion contract to develop a fleet
Armor?
of high mobility,
fuck needs armor?
multi-purpose wheeled vehicles.
Eventually called Humvees, the bulky vehicles were designed to transport troops
Yeah, the
and
war.
cargo.
The Humvee didn't have a lot of armor, but it was at least a little bit more survivable in terms of being shot at or having something blow up next to it.
Humvees rose to fame after being seen in action during the Gulf War. They were also used in military processions, which was how they caught Arnold Schwarzenegger's eye. While filming his movie Kindergarten Cop in Oregon, the actor saw Humvees rolling by and immediately wanted one. In a 1991 Rolling Stone interview, Schwarzenegger said they reminded him of his younger days when he drove tanks while serving in
he's
the
actually a
Austrian
trendsetter.
army. So, he contacted AM General to try to get his hands on one. When he was turned down, the star pushed for a civilian version to be made. And AM General
So
listened.
basically,
Because,
the best protein
You know,
can get
everybody,
is from animals,
I don't know, was
meat,
influenced
milk,
by
cheese,
Arnold
eggs.
Schwarzenegger at that
Then
point in
right
time.
afterwards you can get
Schwarzenegger
incomplete
became the first
proteins,
civilian
not
to
having
own
a
a specially
complete
made
list of amino
Humvee.
acids
A-
from things like seaweed and soy and sometimes mushrooms.
Jesus, that's a lot of information.
AM General even stenciled Terminator on the model. In 1992, a civilian version of the Humvee officially went on sale. Named the Hummer, the boxy vehicle cost up to $100,000.
It was ridiculous to be rolling around in that thing on the public roads. I mean, the
It's kinda-
wheels
it's
were too
kinda
high
cool,
off the
though.
ground. Yes, it had air conditioning. Yes, it had airbags. But I mean,
I
to
mean,
drive
it
it,
looks
sort
kinda
of
cool.
like you're sitting up like this, and then you've got this big compartment sitting over. I mean, not organized for comfort or luxury or anything like that.
The Hummer averaged less than 10 miles a gallon and weighed 10,000 pounds. It was so heavy that owning one meant you could claim a farm equipment tax credit with the IRS. True to its military roots, the Hummer's original design featured an engine button labeled Fire, until company lawyers
I'm sorry,
intervened.
but these videos
In
are
1999,
incredibly fucking
General
stupid.
Motors bought the
Please
rights to
watch
market
the
and sell
video.
Hummers
It will
from
answer
AM
the
General.
questions.
Thanks to the booming economy and low gas prices, Hummer sales took off, especially in Hollywood. OG Hummer fan Schwarzenegger quickly amassed a fleet of the war wagons. From 1999 to 2000 alone, Hummers were
fleet?
featured in
Welcome to the
32
Jungle
movies,
X.
which
Who
only
is he
increased
talking
the
to,
brain
Brad? Who are you talking
recognition the
to?
vehicle already had, thanks
What
to its
eating
military
less meat
pedigree.
would save
And
the
it was
planet.
its association with the
Here's why for an
military
actually
that
good video.
really drove up Hummer's popularity in the US.
People saw it in active use during the
It was
first
debunked?
Gulf War for
Good.
the first time,
Don't care.
and they thought, well, if that thing can handle, desert combat, then it could certainly be used for weekend camping trips.
Many people also saw owning a
Yeah, the later
Hummer
models
as an
look kinda
act of
lame, though.
patriotism.
I don't really buy the argument that it implied a sort of warlike mentality or anything like that, but that was definitely part of its overall DNA.
While the first Hummer model was basically a carbon copy of its bulky military
Yeah, see, the rest is
predecessor,
lame.
the second model featured a slightly
Nah.
sleeker design
This
and
is
cost
not
about
it.
$50,000. Named the H2, it quickly became Hummer's top-selling model and was followed by the H3, which was further scaled down in size and price to appeal to more consumers.
Now it's just a car, dude.
Hummer's overall sales peaked in 2006.
Why own a car
with
if you can own a
little over
tank?
70,000 units sold.
So that's pretty good. That's not crazy popular. It certainly pales by comparison with some of the pickup trucks and other vehicles that General Motors was selling through its various divisions at the time. But for an offbeat vehicle like that, that's kind of
one
incredible.
is dank though. That's a dank
Hummers
vehicle.
eventually came to embody America's supersized lifestyle and the people who aspire to it.
You know, they gotta roll
They're
large everywhere they
1.4
go.
billion
You know, the
in this
G-Wagon,
in the
Mercedes
world.
G-Wagon type people.
They
And
do
for
the
them, the
car
Hummer
sacred,
was
so
just that
even if
turned up to
15
11.
G-Wagon.
That is
11,000.
still
You know,
over
it's like the
1 billion
biggest,
people not
baddest.
eating beef just down to religion.
Going to the cowman, thank you. Come again and put 5 him. Whoa.
Stupidest, most obnoxious, most completely inappropriate,
Wait.
most impractical in a lot of ways.
That video made,
But while
for some
Hummer's
reason,
in-your-face quality initially drew
Don't worry
consumers
about
in,
eating McDonald's
soon led to its
xQc.
downfall.
They don't even use real beef or
okay.
Hummers became a symbol of wasteful consumption.
People just saw it as a symbol of everything that was wrong with Detroit, everything that was wrong with our American attitude about cars, everything that was wrong with patriotism, everything that was wrong with like the militarization of American society, everything that was wrong about the way we treat the planet.
Hummer owners found themselves fending off critics and protesters who saw Hummers as pollution machines.
Some owners reported
Jesus.
finding their Hummers keyed, and others said they got dirty looks in parking lots.
Eco-vandals took things even further, breaking windows and slashing tires. Throughout 2003, protesters set fire to Hummers at a number of dealerships in Los Angeles. And ironically, while one war helped make Hummers popular,
Come on,
another
man.
would bring it
That's
down.
not right.
The war in Iraq shot up gas prices, which made owning a Hummer seem even more impractical.
Then, in 2007, the financial recession hit, and Hummer's parent brand, General Motors, was in big trouble.
So General Motors, prior to the financial crisis, had
It's a
become
karma undeserved,
a
but-
big mess. It had too many brands. It had stopped making money.
In 2009, General Motors filed for bankruptcy and discontinued a number of its brands.
At that point, they
But
had a
what?
bunch of brands, much
But
more
I
than
don't
they
know.
have now. And each of those
I agree. I agree. It's bad how much it consumes and how capitalistic it is or whatever. But I just don't think that it's up to people or it's up to you to fix that on the street by like rolling people's cars and doing crimes. I just don't. I don't see as rolling individuals like a way to do it. It's just kind of weird.
brands need
Like these are also people that maybe made a bad choice or whatever, but now they have the car. What are they gonna do now? Now you're breaking and shit. I mean, what else? I mean, fuck is on with you?
marketing support. Each of those brands needs manufacturing support. Each of those brands needs research and development. So they had to look at what they had and they said, well, you know, Hummer is kind of a marginal brand.
In 2010, GM attempted to sell the
Not all
Hummer
of them are rich. Did you see the prices on them? They weren't even that bad.
brand to Tenzong, a Chinese manufacturer. But the deal fell through, and GM shut down all manufacturing and sales of Hummer,
30K?
effectively ending the life of its once beloved brand. Today, Hummers are seen more as relics of a bygone era.
New models haven't been manufactured in nearly a decade. But should General Motors bring Hummer back?
So Americans like big cars. They've always liked big cars. They're always going to like big.
It's just that doing a crime for the message seems like a very long length, and that energy, if spent at the right places, could have a much more bigger, significant impact than doing that on fucking individuals' vehicles. How do people not understand this? The people don't need to understand that some of the energy they put by doing fucking virtue signaling and fucking activism bullshit, if they had the same energy at the right places, shit would actually get done. But instead, they just do this fucking bullshit. This idiocy dumbass. People make a bad choice, they bought a bad car. I get it. Maybe they didn't know, whatever. It's not up to you to correct it and vandalize their car for them to have buy a complete new one. Motherfucker, what happened if you made a judgment mistake and somebody just fucked up your car? Your minimum wage, you get this new car that you have a loan for, $28,000 Honda, whatever the fuck. Oh, dude, the Honda, it spends that much gas. Oh, man, bang, 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 bang. Yeah, dude, I'm saving the planet. No, you're Captain Moron.
car.
You're Captain
People
Moron.
in Detroit
You're
at the time,
Captain
because
Zero
of how
Head.
dire the situation got around the financial crisis, were completely freaked out about their futures, and they forgot this.
But since 2013, the market for big SUVs and large pickup trucks has made a robust recovery.
You're saying, it worked, lol, it worked, lol. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Because of this, because of you and this, all the ice is regrowing. The ice is re-icing. Thank you. All the lakes are re-icing. There's global warming is not even real. It's actually we're all chilling because you keyed somebody's car. Fuck yes. Yes!
And in response to consumer demand, luxury car brands like Rolls-Royce to Lamborghini to Aston Martin have all released
Dude,
SUVs.
you saved all of us fucking. How do I thank you?
Ferrari SUV.
How can I put you back in?
So for Hummer to come back as kind of a really rough and tumble luxury platform would probably be a halfway decent idea.
General Motors is also looking to expand its presence in the electric vehicle market, and there's been talk that it might be considering resurrecting Hummer to do just that.
The business case for it is strong because it's an iconic brand, everybody already knows about it.
Arnold Schwarzenegger has already converted one of his original Hummers to run on electricity,
that one looks
perhaps
sick.
paving the way for Hummer once again.
The beauty of the brand is if they could get rid of all the bad baggage and transplant goodness in it. You know, you still have one of the toughest and possibly long-lasting vehicles ever. You might be able to operate that thing with regular battery changes for decades and decades and decades. We're fighting global warming right here. Look at this thing. You know, so it's not just fighting wars, it's fighting global warming too.
So,
fair enough. That was a good video. I enjoyed it. Ooh, what was that? The run and follow the Cadillac. Oh my god, I don't give a shit. Even if it's just for the day. Joy, your stay. Outside the sun is shining.